Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Gold Toxic here with a new video. Today I want to talk about somebody who is pretty infamous within the YouTube scene. I am talking about the one and only Jack Doherty. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this kid, he is, I don't know if he is, was, still is, I don't know, don't care, but let's say he is. He is a IRL streamer where he goes around, his content, if you want to call it, was basically just going around to public places, harassing people with his bodyguards right by his side. And this is somebody I'm pretty sure at least most of you are familiar with. And him and controversy go together just like peanut butter and jelly, coffee and cream. One of his most infamous moments was when he wrecked his $200,000 car because he was distracted driving, and not to mention, it was on stream. And yeah, needless to say, Jack Doherty is not really the best person. But the reason why I wanted to make this video today was because recently, his ex-girlfriend, McKinley has came out with some very shocking allegations made towards Jack Doherty that are including but not limited to the following: essay, promotion, and forcing her to do OnlyFans, and also drug abuse. And in a 4-hour-long interview, broken up into two parts, she went in on Jack about a bunch of the fucked up shit he's done in the past. Here is one piece of the interview.
Change him because he would be so intoxicated. So we end up going to bed. And I just remember waking up and his hand was in my pants. I was in the middle of him and Jack. It's okay. And I just felt so violated and scared. I had never been through a situation like that ever. And not knowing who it was, I just woke up to a dark figure in the room next to me, laying in bed with his hands in my pants. I woke up freaking out. I pushed him away from me, and I'm trying to tap Jack, and I'm like, Jack, and he's drunk as shit. I'm I don't know what to do. I'm pushing this guy off of me, and he doesn't care. I turned to the side, closer to Jack, and I'm trying to tap him. I'm basically on top of Jack in his back. And he just is saying, "I'm gonna fuck you right now." And I woke him up, and Jack woke up, and he was I was get him out of here. I don't know what to do. And he's trying to hump me from the back while I'm talking to Jack, and Jack is awake. And Jack is bro, get out of here. What are you doing? Go. And he was I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking her right now. And
to break down full context of this clip, Jack and McKinley were on shock. A vacation somewhere with a group of friends.
Up and leaves the
when
room.
Jack and McKinley fell asleep,
and
they were both under the influence. And one of Jack's close friends came into the room where they were sleeping, and he proceeded to basically S.A. McKinley. Trying to get Jack's attention, McKinley was basically on top of him, and when Jack finally woke up, he told his friend to leave, and then he went back to sleep as if nothing ever happened. Something that really doesn't sit right with me about this situation. Okay, even though you were intoxicated or under the influence, you had enough control to kick your friend out of the room while he was on your girlfriend. But however, you don't have the energy to confront your friend or comfort your girlfriend who was just basically assaulted. That, in my opinion, just really does not sit right at all. But to give a very, very slight credit to Jack, he managed to cut ties with that friend long after the fact. But sadly the damage was already done. People are probably going to say in the comments, Oh, wow, Jack broke it off with his friend who assaulted his girlfriend, and he comforted her in her time of need. Wow, he must really care about her. Honestly, that's the bare minimum. Another example of Jack's shitty behavior in this relationship is one of the many times that he ended up cheating on McKinley. Here is Exhibit B.
So I landed, I came to the house. It was a new house. They were staying in Airbnb because the one had flooded. And when I walked in, nobody was downstairs. It actually looked like a crazy like rager went on. Like there was alcohol everywhere, solo cups everywhere. It was a mess. So I remember, since no one was up and awake, even Jack, I was cleaning the area because I don't know.
What?
I was just cleaning. I felt like
Why?
I don't know. I was very, I don't know. I just started cleaning. OCD.
Okay.
So as I'm cleaning,
Okay,
I look towards the stairs and I see this girl I've never seen in my life before. I had not met her. I didn't see any pictures of her. She walks downstairs and I'm just like, well, okay, well, I don't know who that is. We didn't really speak or talk. It was a little awkward. And then he walks downstairs and just starts laughing, like with his friends. And I was just like, like what's going on? He was very awkward hugging me. And I was like, this doesn't like seem right. Like I'm confused.
Imagine flying partway across the country.
As soon as everyone wakes up and like the girls come to me, even his own friends,
only for them to
everyone
turn
that
out
worked for
they
him
threw
came
a
up to me and
party
said,
and
listen,
they hooked up
Jack
with
hooked
some
up with a girl
random
last
girl
night. I don't want you to
without
freak
your
out.
knowledge. Basically cheating. That right there is an automatic leave. And not only that, like there were multiple people saying that Jack cheated on her. And in my opinion, one of the most sickest things about this relationship is Jack, like, not really Jack himself, but people in Jack's circle forcing McKinley to make an OnlyFans or she gets dumped by Jack. And giving her this ultimatum of, hey, you either make OnlyFans and help make money or leave.
By myself. And she basically told me, listen, don't freak out, but Jack really wants you to start OnlyFans. And he said that there's no reason for you guys to be together if you're not helping. And I broke down in tears. I was like, wow. Like everything that he had said to me, like, oh, I know you're my wife because you don't have one. And getting me to go to dinner and try to get me on OnlyFans,
Imagine
but it didn't
being
work.
in a
Now it's an
relationship with
ultimatum. He
someone,
wanted me,
and
when
one
he
of the
realized he
biggest
didn't have the
things you tell
control
them to
over
say,
me when it came to other
"Oh,
people
I
and
love
like
you
what they could
because
say, he
you're
realized
not
that
an
he did need to create
OnlyFans
an
and you don't
ultimatum
engage
for
with
me.
that."
And that was
And all of a sudden flip a switch and give her the ultimatum and say, hey, I really want you to make an OnlyFans or I want you to get out. This is the part that really gets me, honestly. Like, McKinley said that Jack went from this caring guy to someone who only sees his girlfriend as a pawn and an object to help him make money, regardless of what McKinley wants to do, especially if it's something against her own will. And something that really gets me is Jack does not have the balls, the gones, the cojones to bring up OnlyFans to McKinley. He had everyone else in his circle do it for him.
ones that I have. And then he was like, no, the contract means nothing. Like, we can change anything, but it's whatever. Just sign it.
Had to throw that one in there to kind of really
I
just
signed it.
rub the point even further.
And
One
then
thing that
first
Jack
words that
Doherty
came out of his
does
mouth
when he's
were,
being
"You're
called
now
out
Jack
by
Doherty's
McKinley
girlfriend."
for being
And that
a terrible
was the
person
day that
and
we-
called out for all these terrible things he's done is he's like, "Oh no, babe, I'm sorry, I love you. If you were to break up with me, I would off myself, blah blah blah." Just like that one episode of South Park where Cartman wants Heidi to stay with him. Pretty much that type shit.
Cry for you to care about me. But he was crying at the fact of the possibility of losing me. He was like, I don't think you realize like what I've realized these past 24 hours of not hearing from you and not being there is that you matter. Nothing matters. Nothing in this world matters. Money, views, nothing. I need you in my life. I would myself if I lost you.
Ask yourself this question. Does any of this come to a surprise to anyone? No. Think about all the bullshit that, Jack Doherty has caused throughout the last several years. No matter if it be his stupid public quote-unquote pranks, his promotion of crypto scams, and everything else in between. And the fact that he did this to McKinley for almost a year and a half, really drives the point even further that Jack Doherty truly is a shitty person. And in conclusion, Jack Doherty, really stopped giving a shit about her and only used her for a prop in a way to make him money. And that is very disgusting. And the three things I want to applaud McKinley for are staying with Jack and putting up with his bullshit for as long as she did, and finally stepping away, and finally having the courage to talk about it. I really hope she finds peace if she hasn't already, and I hope she finds someone who can treat her 1,000,000 times better than what Jack ever did. But anyway, that wraps up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Gold Toxic. Like, sub, and until next time, peace.